Jump into Miramar, and we will actually have a very special guest here, and believe it or not, it is Microstar, the head coach and co-IGL of Tempo Storm.
The co-IGL?
At times.
At times.
I hear you yelling in the back.
Is that a scrims thing, or?
I don't know. I'm just making stuff up because I'm out of stuff to talk about here, Mike. That's why I brought you in here.
Okay, so why are you guys so boring then?
We just like winning.
That's fair. Okay.
So it's something I've really enjoyed watching, Micro, is their rotation strategy on this map. Now, this plane path, easy for you guys, jumping to where you normally go to. But the long sweeping rotates that we see when the circles even center, is that something that you're just trying to get away the pressure, trying to just avoid those early team fights? What's the strategy there?
Well, yeah, it's like you say, a lot of it could be just, there's a lot of choke points that we can't go through. So we have to go around certain teams to get better spots in the circle.
Is the teams that tend to drop round to the south, a factor in that decision? Because usually we would see you wrap south on most, and again, north wraps are something you guys have done before. But is it anything to do with like the positioning or the actual teams that are dropping towards the south side of the map?
Yeah, so this phase is a little different because we've got Riot Squad in Porto, so it's not as free for us anymore. And you've got so many teams in Los Leones as well. We'll always run into them on the south reps.
Ooh. Gotta love to see this first circle if you're Tempo Storm. Nice, easy rotation north. But the one thing that we've really liked, or at least I've liked to watch as time has gone on, we see you guys featured a lot in the end game due to all the winning, as we previously mentioned, is just how vocal Maluk is. Is there any, or even any thought when you're building this team up? Obviously, you have Sharky come in. Zamp has been around for a long time, and the addition of Sharpshot. Are you looking for players or think about players that mesh with his leadership style, which seems to be just, for lack of a better term, micromanagement?
I think a lot of players can fit with Luke. He's grown a lot over the last year, and honestly, he can IGL anyone at this point.
I mean, we saw kind of Nations Cup kind of touched on that, and again, a couple of the guys from the Canadian roster that went to the Nations Cup even said like it was so surprising to play alongside Maluk, and a lot of people have good insight, I guess, into the internal dynamic is that Maluk obviously provides on like a macro level to the team. So, and again, something that everybody's guilty of is looking at stats and stuff like that. But I mean, for me personally, Maluk's macro contribution to the team massively compensates for, any underperformance, inverted commas, so to say.
Yeah, I don't put a lot of weight into stats either. It's like anyone on our team could have 0 kills this phase as long as we're performing as a team. It makes no difference to me.
At this stage, looking at the way, I mean, we talk about stats, we talk about intangible things. Is there one thing, if you're not looking at stats, what is your measure of success for your own team?
Winning.
All right, fair enough. I mean, so when you are done holding the iPad, do they put you in a closet?
Yeah.
Is this the first time you've spoken to anybody else in months?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Fair enough. Well, thank you, Micro, joining us here at the beginning stages of Miramar. We're watching your team as they cruise through Miramar and likely to a victory here at the NPL. Again, thank you, Microstar. And looking at Riot Squad, they're actually coming in on the southern side.
Yeah, and one of the things we've seen Riot Squad, I was about to say Microstar there.
Yeah.
We've seen Riot Squad do is obviously take a lot of space down on this south coast. And it's good to see them obviously revert back to their preferred drop spot. But I don't think we've seen them run into Tempo too many times over on the east side. And that's something we've seen Riot Squad be very active early to mid-game in terms of camping rotations, setting things up, even just like scouting out teams, kind of, gauging their pathing and then going forward and trying to engage on that. But Tempo looking like they're going to take center would give Riot Squad a lot of space on the south side towards Impala.
This zone, look at Lazarus. They need a big game here, as they actually have Envy coming up from behind now.
Yeah.
Envy has had a couple of good performances today. They've now put some distance between them and Riot Squad, but they're now looking up. They could potentially jump into second place in there instead of Lazarus.
And I mean, the interesting thing, just to go further down the leaderboard than that, is United Hoppin' Rumblers now edges Ghost back into that PGC slot. So that's another thing now that's developed literally in the last 2 games. And you think about Rumblers coming out with a win on Sandhawk that is almost negated in terms of when you think about PGC.
Well, it's so, I mean, the math and stuff involved is not something that
So complicated.
It's very complicated, but essentially with Rumblers in the position with United with Genesis there as well, there's so many implications that will continue to develop not only through this game, but through the next game as well. So things can change literally minute to minute. And what will likely change is Genesis's march up the leaderboard. They are only 3 points behind Riot Squad. And look at this, they're right next to each other almost.
Yeah. That's one thing I've loved about today. We've literally seen the same teams that the same teams, the teams that we want to see in terms of PGC competition, the leaderboard as well. We've seen all these teams engaging, and I think it was the first Miramar game where we had pretty much every team that was in contention for the PGC placement still alive towards the end game. So P1E, we've seen them come down to this compound a couple of times. It's actually where we saw Vanquish fight out of yesterday or Friday. I can't remember which game it was and end up with Ghost and Lazarus. But this area of the map is so difficult to scout just because it's so open. The terrain is obviously rolling. Once you kind of come, I guess, west out of Impala and everywhere north, it's such a difficult place to kind of pick somewhere you want to play for. So.
Couple of shots landing onto Riot Squad coming from Tempo Storm. They've got a great spot in the center of the zone. It's been a very easy path for Tempo as they're kind of trying to condense, find just more map control, which Tempo Storm is just so good at. Northern side of the zone, Zenith trying to get through Lazarus. Low-key is there as well. And this is on the southern side, Player One Esports, Genesis, and Envy all in rotation. Here's Zenith. They're taking shots from the high side. That's Lazarus shooting down onto him. Yeah,
and they're going to be forced all the way towards the east side of the east coast, actually, coming all the way down to all the way through Azahar. So I'm intrigued to see why Lazarus haven't come further south. We'd usually see them go for these compounds that towards Minas and just slightly east of Minas. We see them go there really, really early most games. So not sure if this is a switch up. They're trying to catch some of these north rotations coming into the circle. Maybe this is an adjustment in terms of kill points. They want to pick some points up early game.
Well, they need it. I mean, they still have their sights set on Tempo. There are still 2 games left to go. Anything can happen, and Lazarus does not want to leave anything on the table. You saw how far Alo had come across. He's very high up. You can see a lot from that situation, and we've seen Lazarus play this position in phases past, and this is kind of their flex spot. They can come south if they need to. It might be harder to rotate with their vehicles, but as you mentioned, I think they're just trying to catch teams in rotation. You can see Wildcard, they're transitioning on the other side of this hill. So anyone unsuspecting, Lazarus could potentially catch.
It's going to be interesting to see if they actually do opt to, depending on this next shift, obviously employ that edge strat that we keep talking about with Lazarus. But just coming back to, them still wanting to pick up points, we're going to think back to the previous Miramar where Lazarus were extremely active. They had this aggressive 2-2 split trying to hold teams out. And then Tempo going out with 1 point in the previous Miramar game. That's got to play on their minds coming into this.
K-Mind, he's stepping up. He can hear the vehicle of Taylor J coming to a stop and now can see the man himself. As K-Mind has been, unfortunately, the player today who has been being caught out, jumping out of a vehicle. It's not anything he's been doing wrong, but just unfortunately has been the first man out for his team a lot, which is, I guess in Genesis's case, sometimes unfortunate. And, the man has been absolutely dominating through the 3 phases he's played in this league. And Genesis is now trying to finish strong here in the last 2 games, 3 points out of 4th place.
Oh, he's really waiting for this. I think he's actually waiting for Taylor J to get back into the vehicle for that first free headshot. I'm not sure what Taylor's actually trying to scout because it's taken him 40 seconds to do so. I don't know if he's relaying information right now, but you can see Kmart just waiting for Taylor J, almost baiting him to get back in.
I think Taylor spotted him.
No way. No.
It's possible. I mean, he's looking his way, juking. Keeps taking the go. He's not looking his way, so I suppose.
I think he's scouting that building way far north, but you can see Nerf actually over on the east side of the road as well. And further north of that, you got H-Twin, and Prophet is actually relocating south. This circle is actually going to shift down towards the south, so.
Maybe his Taylor vibes are tingling, like when he hears a sick jam or sees a cool wave he wants to ride or something like that.
But this is potentially going to create a massive opportunity for Genesis because they have a really good trap set up on the seaside. And if anybody actually. I'm hoping no teams actually decide to come all the way back south. This is not too much of a hard shift, but it definitely has moved the center away as Adam's going to get a free knock onto Reno there. So picking up a kill for free there. I'm not sure if Reno was stopping to scout anything, but he literally pulled up right on top of Adam. Adam actually way split from the rest of his team. He's way far north out of the circle. The other 3 members of Wildcard already gone south, but Adam has got a bike, as we just saw.
And this is what Lazarus was hoping for. It's Endemic coming through the trap. They're trying to get, I'm not sure who that is out of their vehicle. Looks like it's Relo as the shots do come out. A lot of damage going on to the vehicle. Not sure if they're going to have enough to get him to stop, but Relo is going to hit a wall and have to come to a stop. There goes his vehicle. Crispier slowing down just as a unlucky.
Stopping.
Oh, yeah, he's actually in a full
This isn't
stop.
good.
Well, this is what Lazarus wants anyway.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't good for Endemic because they're going to be slow moving away. You can see Wolf is already down to about a quarter HP or less than a quarter HP. So, I mean, Lazarus now, these are the kind of kills that they want to pick up. We keep using the term free kills, but if you can shoot a vehicle driving past you for 500-600 meters, it's effectively a free kill.
Yes, absolutely, and especially if you can get that vehicle to go up before the player gets out. And now Micro and the Rumblers, they're going to have to put some pressure on Luke, but now Lazarus is going to come off of Endemic, give them some space because they need to be very focused on Rumblers in front of them. This team, time and time again, fighting on the edge of the zone, and Lazarus seems to have the high ground advantage.
I like this though. Even though, you know, Crispy has stopped at the gas station, you're gonna have to regroup with Wolf ultimately, who had to med as well. But Lazarus swinging all the way back to the west to try and hold Rumblers out of the circle. And again, it comes back to that edge play that we see Lazarus. That's their priority. They identify, you know, an opportunity to pick up some points, and they prioritize that.
Taking some shots at Finna. Vanquish has just not found a place to call home yet, as Genesis is always nearby. They've been on the coastline. Vanquish is headed their way at this stage, and maybe now Genesis will be able to get some of those kill points. Yes, it's going to be Nerf. What? Oh, I was going to say that's Profi.
I was going to say that's an impressive spray down.
No doubt. Profi going to open up on the mini. 1-2. Oh, the headshot needed the follow-up. Couldn't hit it. Shuts the door in anger. But Profi, man, that's a nice shot there from him. But looks like they did get one down, and Genesis is moving to pressure.
I think Vanquish, actually, that's the second member they've lost. So, like I said, Genesis had a great setup down on this East Road. So, again, anybody opting to come back down south using them, I mean, they're free pickings for Genesis.
Absolutely. Valiant SSG checking in with them. This is on the northwestern side. They are found the way into the zone. They're just south of the Rumblers and coming towards Ghost Gaming, who has not had to move very far. They started in the mines, and they're just off a little bit further to the east. Lowe's taking some shots at Baja in his vehicle.
Headshot's out, though. Headshot's out looking for it. I think Lost actually just spotted him there. Headshot trying to lay down some damage to get Lost away from Baja. So, again, a good eye from Lost to spot that. He could have lost his helmet or even get knocked there.
So just a little tip if you guys aren't paying attention. The reason why players like to turn and look away at the ground like that is to prevent headshots in the back. So that's just a little tip that you can pick up and try and avoid those straight-on headshots. In that situation, Los did not take any damage. And now for the rest of the squad on the edge of the zone, SSG specifically, they got Sonics there. Envy's in a 2 split, but I'm wondering...
Wide.
Very wide, outside the zone as well. We have shifted north. This is a fresh circle. But now, how does Envy try and play through Sonics, who are right in front of them?
I think ultimately, again, this is going to come down to we see these ones kind of open up once the field comes out of play, and we move into the terrain towards Junkyard. But the United now all 4 in a convoy headed towards, and actually Rumblers flipping around. Lazarus trying to set up to pick them off of the compound as we saw earlier, but Lazarus coming back east down into this, I guess, this canyon, and the compound they do occupy is pretty safe for the time being. So
Alo is really far away.
Alo is really far away.
And now Maluk has got a line on to Sharu in his vehicle, and E United has to come to a stop. Stab has been taken down, finished by Zampa. Now Taylor is off on his own. Sharu taking lots of damage. This player, when Esports, they lose a tire as well, and that's going to make life harder for Balefrost, continuing to try to escape. And the reason why we're seeing all these crunches in rotation is there's just nowhere to go. We've got 61 players alive. We're 14 minutes into this game.
Yeah, and like I said, so much of this zone is eaten up by, I don't know if they're going to take damage if that vehicle gets exploded here. That's the one in front. I thought it was the Bronco here. Well, actually, Tony with an open sight line onto E United here, so he could pick up 2 knocks for free if he can slow down a bit. There you go. Gets the knock onto Sharu. Good start. Tony going to flush that one out as well. So Keenan actually getting the knock onto Taylor as well. This is huge now. This is what Rumblers want to see. If they're reading this in the kill feed, I'm hoping to see them become alive.
Absolutely. And now with a Ghost kind of holding Rumblers out, SSG is rotating their way. Pivotal moment now for Rumblers as E United continues to take casualties. E United a couple of points ahead of Rumblers, but with only 1 player left, it's going to be difficult for E United to survive much longer, and Rumblers need to have a good game now.
Yeah, and actually SSG looking like they wanted to wrap up on the west side from that compound. It was hard edge, so they're looking for more space or a way into the next circle potentially with a shift, but you can see Rumblers, they've heard this, they're set up. Cherry's in a position where he's just crouching, he's playing audio right now, he's waiting for an opening to peek.
There is so many teams and players still alive, and this is essentially a symptom of everyone just wanting to not make any mistakes. So things are slow developing here on Miramar, and that makes sense. We had a kind of a wild start to the day, and now players have kind of settled down, but there's so many changes, so many points available, and it's so close, Hypoc.
Yeah, and I think that comes down to, safety plays. People aren't going to be over-peaking. They're not going to look to crash a compound unless it's, odds on they're going to take it. They're going to be looking for opening picks. But, I mean, right now, look how congested this is going to be coming into Phase 4.
Circle's going to shift continually north, and that's going to be good for Lazarus. They've got a compound with Purdy inside. They've got Low Key in the center and Tempo Storm. They've got a compound of their own as well.
One thing to note, the compounds that Low Key, Lazarus, and Ghost occupy here come late game are so strong. And they're potentially, compounds that you can pick up a lot of kills from because there's just so little to play in this canyon that kind of comes down the middle of the zone.
So now there's going to be a lot of death happening because
Yes.
there's just nowhere to go.
Yes.
And a lot of teams have to move north. Genesis is already in rotation. K-Mind, he hasn't jumped his vehicle yet. Cherry, he's firing away at SSG. He's trying his absolute best. One of these have got to hit eventually, and he's going to have to hit the reload as just pressuring SSG off their ridgeline.
One worrying thing to know, and if we get a chance to take a look back at Tempo Storm's positioning, but they're actually in a great position to pick up a load of kills because so many teams are outside the south. Meanwhile, we do see Wooly picking up a knock onto Pride, Keenan confirming that one over. Interrogate looking to reply. Doesn't manage to get any damage. Oh, it does actually get attacked to the gap in the wall there.
Really nice spray there from Terra, but it's going to come back onto him. Sonic stepping up and over. That's Tiggleton. He's been doing so well with the damage. Really aggro plays, never one to let someone get away from him, and he will take down Interrogate as the rest of Sonics come over to support Tony V. Here's K-Mind. He did get one kill on the Leda. Mystery's coming to a stop as well. Protege taking a ton of damage. K-Mind is absolutely harassing Profi in the low side. He's also helping with those long-range shots with the Mini. He flushes out Protege. Mystery trying to get away.
P1E actually pulling up to the other side of Genesis' split, so they're in between Riot Squad and Genesis right now, but you can see Nerf and H-Twin coming down south. P1E pulling up pretty much on top of them.
SSG and Sonic still getting after it, and Player One Esports, they're going to start taking damage from SSG. Envy is going to go down, and that means Genesis can attempt to retake the position. They've jumped over Riot Squad, but that third placement point, Riot Squad has taken casualties, but with Envy going down early, that will mean very few points for this team.
This is such a good pinch from Genesis here. D3's actually getting an attack onto Nerf. Mystery, don't shoot that one. He might have just spotted. Came on. Oh my God, Profi, stop, pulls up on Mystery and wipes him.
Beautiful play there from Profi, and now Nerf has turned his attention back to D-Treats, trying to get that headshot spray. Nerf has been trying to get it going. H-Win will step up with the assist, and it was needed as H-Win is going to bail out Nerf, who took a lot of damage. Aguila is the last man left for Player One Esports. Genesis is picking up a ton of kills here.
They're up to 9 kills already.
What? 9 kills? That's going to be 10, and that is an insane early game output from Genesis. I think you may have lied to me.
It's 9 kills, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I thought we were going to go to 10 there, but I got excited. Here we are. 9 kills, though. That's still crazy. 9 kills in the game. Normally, you will see that from teams winning.
Yeah, I mean, we still got 46 players alive. That's insane to almost be, approaching double-digit kills, but this comes down to, like I said earlier, the trap they had on this East Road. They had a really wide split. H-Win, actually, Tetra looking like he
could do something.
He's pretty aware.
Well, the smoke is down, so the circle is the only thing doing damage to K-Mind and the rest of Genesis right now. Actually, H-Win and Nerf are already in the zone. There is a crate a little bit further to their north, but Tetra, this could be another kill. This would be 10 if Genesis can find him.
Yeah, it will be. And then, like I was saying, this trap that Genesis set up around on the East Road, again, a wide split coming to the north with H-Win and Nerf, and P1E pulling up right in the middle. It's just 3 kills for Genesis.
Tempo has been harassing Sonics on the edge of the zone. They've got him held out in the blue. Tetra still moving through to where Genesis is sitting up. But now, with the zone doing so much damage, it looks like Player One Esports, Sonics, are going to be trapped out in the zone. Ghost still holding onto their compound, looking towards Ghost. Oh, Tetra's going to find and flush Profi. Unlucky, but they're going to have to get H-Win on the case. But the kill does come back, but unlucky there for Profi.
Yeah, Genesis up to 10 kills now, losing Profi this early on. I mean, I say this early on. We're
20
in
minutes.
we're in phase 5 already, but you know, you got to say that if Genesis are 4 up coming into this zone, they have a massive opportunity to pick up even more kills.
Well, considering how many kills they've gotten so far, losing one player,
Trading one off for 10 kills, yeah.
I'll
fine.
take that any
Yeah.
day of the week. So speaking of which, Tempo Storm, they've got 3, and they do have a spot in the zone as well.
Nerf is actually close here. He could get caught off guard.
Oh, he's not watching. Sharky's just pressing W, comes right over. Oh, luckily for Nerf, he's going to be able to support in the foreground. And I wonder if there's going to be any support coming for Tempo. They know this is a fight they can take, and
You can
Tempo
see
is
them
not shy.
repositioning for this. Look, Maluk's come all the way down to back up Sharky now, so Zampa down on the flank as well. Nerf needs to fully reset.
Absolutely. Ghost has come out of their compound.
Whoa.
They're taking it to SSG. McCoy is down, 1 kill so far. Vegas looking for an angle, trying to come around. Baja doing a ton of damage. Someone needs to deal with Baja ASAP. Alo starting to get involved from distance.
Oh.
Baja takes down Vegas.
Oh.
Another one for Hetror. All of a sudden, Ghost is in trouble. Dras has got no life, and the spray comes in. SSG take down Ghost.
That's absolutely massive for the leaderboard right now. And again, Sonic's going out and Ghost going out immediately after is actually a disaster.
Maluk is going to get taken down from distance from Balefrost. The Molly comes out in defense. H-Win spraying onto Tempo Storm. Sharky's going to go down. Hetror is going to get down Bale. United down in 10th place. And now it's going to be Sharpshot and Zampa trying to take the rest of this fight. Now, oh, maybe not. Zampa's going to veer off and probably rejoin with Sharpshot.
No, meanwhile, we've actually got Endemic pulling up onto Lazarus. Lazarus losing 2 knocks early here. Wolf getting a 3rd.
And now it's going to be something. I think Relo, or no, it's Crispier in the
nade!
back. That nade is so close. Civ barely hanging on. They can res if they can win, but it's a 3v1 situation, and Uncivil has to make this work as Lazarus needs to stay alive if they have a hope of getting anywhere closer to Tempo Storm.
This is huge for Genesis, actually, with the kill stack they've already got. If Lazarus go out here with only 2 kills, this is massive.
Low key is on the high side. They're now harassing Endemic. This is giving Uncivil some much needed time, and something is meeting in the close area right in front of where Uncivil is standing. Wolf has been taken down. Crispier's low health, and now something is trying to molly inside. I'm not sure if that was close to Civ. No,
It's
indeed.
on the other side, yeah.
Very close, but not enough to go. It's getting closer. It's hot in here. Ooh, it's hot. Civ is going to stay alive a little bit longer, but he's losing his players on the exterior. Now only Luke left.
This is so bad for Lazarus. And again, Genesis actually elsewhere losing one. They're down to Kmon and H-Win, but Lazarus, if they can actually recover here and get the res onto Luke, it's not going to be... I mean, it's not going to be the worst situation to come on this, but Tempo still being alive and picking up kills.
Another nade coming. This one's
no.
critical. Oh, so lucky that Lobes just bails out Lazarus, as that grenade would have been a disaster for them. Wow, that one was damn close. K-Mine and H-Win, they've been
H-Win
picking
got
up
a
kills.
knock.
11 kills and another one confirmed. This is Tempo, and there he goes. Tempo taken down by Genesis.
No!
Now 12, and K-Mine, just as a reward. H-Win, you did so well, and now I will blow you up.
Oh, nice shots from Uncivil. They're actually getting lost down in the middle of the open trying to cross there, but... That knock again, I don't want to talk about Genesis team kills. I'm not going to talk about it.
Rumblers are down as well. And this was a game that they could have been massive for them, as unfortunately, Riot Squad is down, Envy's down, but they didn't get too many points out of it. Now here's Zenith, the last place team, trying to hold it against Wildcard.
Yeah, Wildcard with a decent setup here. Adam takes some damage. Kickstart underhanding another nade here. Probably going to get a knock with that one, to be honest. That was actually a Molotov, sorry. Kickstart still at 100 HP, so he's in a position to
That nade is close.
hold the angle here, but Kendo playing off the shack, and yeah, you can see Wildcard just
Lots of utility.
fishing in here for any kills they can pick up. A flash going in as well.
It's like a
Starting to send
dodgeball
in
fight.
Another flash in.
Oh,
I see Vignaldo coming over the ridge.
Vignaldo spraying away. He can't get it to go. The grenade, that's easier than shooting bullets, and he's going to be trying to step over. Low-key coming on the high side. Wildcard
Zenith
Penta gets
pushing.
taken down. Zenith continues to do damage, and just like that, Loki is going to step over, take down Wildcard with the help of Zenith, and here comes Lazarus as well. They want a small piece of this pie. They've taken a lot of damage themselves, but they still need points.
Yeah, and again, Lazarus seeing this. Luke with a great opening knock. 2
Oh!
knocks. Vignaldo and Chubba go down.
Beautiful spray, but the zone is at their backs as well. That's an additional wrinkle. Civ continues to take down players. Loki only has Lobes left. Zenith has taken a lot of damage, but they're still 3 up. Civ needs these points, and he's got to get it from Lobes. Oh, the spray comes. Oh! Takes him down. Lazarus eliminated the hero play from Lobes.
That could have been a massive opportunity for another 3, possibly 4 kills, I think, onto low key from Lazarus there. So huge clutch up from Lobes. I think they might even still get these kill points.
Hi, Buck.
You can see Zenith pushing up. Roth is coming. What is going to flush this out?
Genesis could win this game without having to do almost anything. They have the zone now, and this is them at distance. Just 17 kills. They're just going off now. Genesis is stacking up a crazy amount of kills. K-Mine and H-Win have 10 by themselves.
It's a straight 2v2 here. Patron needs to heal. Roth isn't full HP either. K-Mine pushing all the way in the open. They've got the time and the space. They just need to secure center circle here.
Zenith has got to be hurting after that bloodbath on the northern side. K-Mine going straight through on foot. H-Win trying to take high ground and the ridge line and take that center position. Zenith versus Genesis 2v2, the level 3 gear on H-Win. Patron has not met it, and I'm wondering...
I'm worried as to why.
Is that a crate? He sees a crate on the southern side.
No. He's got no kits. He's got no meds whatsoever.
He needs the crate.
Or helmet.
Anything at this stage. He could take a Band-Aid if he could find one.
Roth has nothing either. They have no utility and no meds.
That feels bad, man. But you know what? Who doesn't know that? Genesis. And they are going to try and shut this game down. Patron, man, that has got to feel real bad. You have nothing, literally nothing aside from your ammo and whatever you're holding in your hands. And Patron is just looking for bodies at the stage. Roth is going to open up. H-Win going to aim his way. Patron could get a flank onto K-Mine. If they can at least equalize it, make it a 2v1, that would be massive. All eyes now on Roth. They have not seen Patron on the right side. K-Mine did not spot him there. And more action just waiting to unleash as Patron needs to find an angle. All eyes are on Roth right now. Both players from Genesis just trying to get this knock.
Roth is baiting right now for Patron. You can see Patron on the minimap moving around to the south side. Roth is literally buying time for Patron to get into position.
But as soon as he unleashes, it's going to be
dead.
He's going to be dead.
They're going to get swung
Just
around.
one shot, literally one. But he needs to get this. He needs to get a headshot and a follow-up kill or a grenade or something. He's moving so far in the open. Oh my God! I think he's been spotted. Yeah, H-Win is now moving down to position.
Look at the nades. The nades coming out from H-Win.
Absolutely, he had his chance.
Oh,
he's blind as hell.
Oh!
And the K-Mine follow-up with the grenade. And now it's a 2v1 situation. Genesis about to take this.
Roth is 21 HP, and we already know he has no meds. I don't know if he's considering denying the point here, but this is a huge game for Genesis.
Roth, Zenith has got nothing to lose at this stage. I would go out with this one. I mean, what is it going to cost you if you try and do something? You're either a hero or you're a coward. Let's see what Roth has got in the tank. And now it's a matter of hitting shots. He spots one. Shots come out. K-Mine steps up and over. And this is going to be very hard for Roth. This is a very dynamic duo here. And the zones continue to close. There's so much time left on the clock. You know, this game came apart so quickly. And now it's a bit of a,
19 kills.
19 kill victory. Genesis 29 points. A massive game for this squad here in the second to last one of the phase.
I don't want to speak too early, but I think that brings them within 10 points of Lazarus.
That is huge. What can you even say?
They started that game, though, and they carried on the momentum. They set up the trap on the east side. They picked up some free kills for it, rotated back in. They lost 2 players.